I know this, the last video and this video, not my normal content. I know stuff going on. I heard Tory Lane's about to get a new trial. Hey, that's wild, right? Hernandez Govan found not guilty. How did that happen? But I'm gonna give y'all another quick personal story of how I almost died in Iraq, like the very first day, bro. No joke, no joke. So we're gonna get into that today, and then we're gonna get back on the business. Yeah, I'm just trying to give y'all a little bit of quick insight as to who I am. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff I've been through throughout my life has been kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to 2003, right? 2003. I'm in Cleveland. I'm at the now. See, Afghan war had already started, right? I'm in the Army's process, well, the military in process station in processing station in Cleveland. As I'm sitting there, the Iraq war had just kicked off. Like I'm sitting there, I had just signed my contract, picked my job, which I wanted to go infantry, but I have a strong aviation background because I went to a technical school where we flew airplanes, like we flew simulators like almost every day. And then at the end of the year, every year we flew airplanes, like real airplanes. So we knew the difference between different airplanes, and we knew how to work on airplanes. So I ended up going into air defense artillery, right? So I'm sitting there on the couch. I'm waiting for my friend to get done, and I'm watching like CNN, I think, or MSNBC, and all they show is Baghdad just getting messed up, right? And I'm like, well, I guess I'm definitely going to war now, right? And at this point, you're not really in yet. You know what I'm saying? Like the who are these lion punks? The recruiters will tell you, yeah, you're in, you can't change your mind, but you're not. You're not in. Like if you could change your mind if you want to. So now I got a month before I leave. I spend that month, just hanging out, chilling with my friends and stuff, family. I leave. I go to basic training in South Carolina. I actually got lucky. I was supposed to go to Oklahoma, like Fort Sill, but I guess they were full. So I ended up going to Fort Jackson in South Carolina, which ended up being a co-ed basic training. So I guess it was a little more relaxed than where I was supposed to go, right? So I don't know. And then I ended up going to AIT, which is advanced individual training. That's where you train for your schooling and everything. I did that in El Paso, Texas at Fort Bliss, right? Which was cool. And then I got my permanent duty station, which was right there. It's on a border of Tennessee and Kentucky. It's Fort Campbell, home of the 101st Airborne Division. I got stationed there. So I got a month leave in between El Paso and there. So I came home for a month and then went there. As soon as I get there, they're like, well, your unit's already deployed to Iraq. You're going to go catch up with them. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward a month. I'm back in Fort Campbell. I got 2 weeks to leave. They're back there. They're not preparing us at all. They're trying to redo the barracks and they want us to do the work. And I'm like, why aren't we getting prepared? Like, if we're about to go to Iraq, why aren't we getting training and getting prepared to go to Iraq? You know what I'm saying? Like, we should be getting brushed up on our air defense systems and our well, there was no air threat over in Iraq. So basically, we're going over there to support the infantry, right? Because our air system also has a 50 cal machine gun. It has a specialized 50 cal machine gun. Used for shooting down aircraft, but per Geneva Convention, there are certain times we can use it on ground forces, right? So there's that. Plus, we're all trained in basic training, basic infantry stuff, right? So we were attached to infantry, which was fine by me. So that's basically why they're not training us on the stuff that we need to be trained on. So Anyways, I get on the flight. We board. We fly to Kuwait, right? I landed Kuwait. Me, my buddy Hawks, we had been through basic training together, AIT together, and now we're at Fort Campbell together, right? We're on this plane together, flying to Kuwait. We get to Kuwait, we land. First of all, I don't know if it's just me or if it's everybody, but when I get to other countries, it stinks to me. Like, I don't know, I have to adjust to the smell, like no matter what country. And I always get this huge headache, and it at least takes me like a week, right? But so they inform us, you, and you. Don't get comfortable because you guys are flying out tonight. Okay. And congratulations, you guys are flying out on the first night flight. Wait, what? Yeah, the first night flight. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Because, we're in defense. We're like, we kind of know the significance of that. You know what I'm saying? Especially me. I got the aviation background. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, yeah, this could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. You know what I mean? So as we go in and we get in a flight brief, they're like, yeah, this is the first night flight. We're going to be flying low, map of the earth, which if you know what that means we're going to be flying very low, which, okay, now us air defense guys are getting really nervous because we know we're in range because our system is for low to medium range. So we know if anybody knows we're coming, we're prime targets in a C-130. So we're like, oh man, we're nervous. Why haven't you guys done this before? Why is this the first one? And y'all been here for months doing this. Oh well. So anyways, we make the flight. We fly into Mosul, Iraq, right? And we're there. And we get there, our battalion headquarters is there. But our platoons are further up north in Tel Afar, right? So we get there and we're talking to our sergeant major, right? We meet him in Mosul, right? And he's taking us around the battalion headquarters there, and he's telling us where our platoons are and who's going to be with which platoon and everything. And he's showing us where the DFAC is, which is the dining facility. And he says, every once in a while you'll probably get mortared on your way there. He's like, I swear it's the staff that works there. And I swear, as soon as he said that, they get mortar attacked. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, about every day at this time. I'm like, wow. So luckily I was nowhere near it. That was my first time seeing the explosions, right? When I had just got there, right? So he was like, all right, so you guys can hang out here for a minute, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to come back and get you, and you, take you guys back to the airstrip because you guys are flying up north on the Eagle Express, which is a Black Hawk that's going to take us up to Tel Afar, right? All right, cool. Now, mind you, we hadn't had no sleep since we got off the plane, right? So the part he leaves us in is just a couple rooms. There's a gym there. So we're just sitting there lifting and working out or whatever. Then he comes and gets us, throws us on a Humvee, takes us back over to the airstrip. We're just sitting there on the tarmac. Now there's a tent with a couple cots in it. We're dead tired. We tell the sergeant that's standing there with the little manifesto and everything, hey, we're privates and such. We're supposed to be flying up to Tel Afar on the Eagle Express, right? Now I'm gonna give you guys the official story of what happened. Notice I said the official story. So we go into, I'm talking about the official story of what happened to this helicopter, okay? These two helicopters. So we tell them, hey, we're dead tired. We're going to go into this tent right here off the tarmac, right next to the tarmac. We're going to leave our bags right here. We're going to go in here and take a nap. I think it was like 3 or 4 of us. We're going to go in here and take a nap. Please wake us up when you need us. This is us right here. Privates, this, and this, and this, and this. All right, cool. I got you. We go in there. Now, mind you, it's daytime. We go in there, take a nap. Get a good nap. Wake up, it's dark. Complete darkness. We wake up, we're like, oh, crap. Because we thought we were supposed to be flying out like an hour or 2. We're like, oh, crap. We come rushing out of the tent. We find the guy with the manifesto. It's a different guy. It's a different guy. So we tell him, hey, we were supposed to fly out on this flight. We told the other guy that had this thing, that we were over there taking a nap and he was supposed to wake us up. The guy looks, he's checking. He goes, what were your guys' names? He's checking. He says, what flight were you guys supposed to be on? We tell him. He looks, his eyes get real big. He says, stay right there. We think, oh, we're in trouble, dude. We are in some serious crap. He goes running, full sprint. We're like, oh, wow, what? Oh, and he comes back with a whole bunch of people, some officers. We're like, oh, hearts dropping, bro, hearts dropping. They're like, what are your guys' names? And they're reading off our names. Where are you guys? Where have you guys been? We're over here sleeping in the tent. Man, we were so scared. They're like, you guys are the luckiest motherfucker. Wait, what? You guys were supposed to be on the Eagle Express going to Telefar, right? Yeah. You guys are dead. What? No, we're not. Privates Manson, Hawks, Johnson, you guys were on the Eagle Express. You are dead. That flight went down. Nah. No, we were asleep over here. We never boarded. They marked us as boarding that flight. And guess what? Supposedly, it lost control and collided with another helicopter, and both those helicopters went down and there were no survivors. Both those helicopters went down, there were no survivors. Talking about having an angel on your shoulder. My very first day in Iraq. My very first day. So, what they do, right? They put us on the next flight. They put us on the next flight. They put us on a Chinook helicopter. For those who don't know what a Chinook helicopter is, now first the Eagle Express was a Black Hawk. For the old heads out there that might not know what a Black Hawk helicopter is, think Vietnam, the Huey. The Black Hawk is the modern day Huey. Think of that. Okay, this is the Black Hawk now. Think Black Hawk down. You see what I'm saying? So the first one was a Black Hawk. Now the unofficial story, something might have hit it and think Black Hawk down. Okay, so anyways, they put us on a Chinook. It's a twin rotor helicopter. Now, me and the air defense guys, we know something that everybody else boarding this flight doesn't. We know our original flight went down. We also know something else a lot of people over here don't know. We know that during the 80s, the CIA gave the Taliban the same weapons that we use to shoot down helicopters and airplanes to fight the Russians.
By 1986, the CIA was supplying the rebels with the Stinger missile. Capable of hitting a moving target 5 kilometers away, it represented a massive threat.
Because we used shoulder-fired Stinger missiles, air-to-ground or ground-to-air missiles. We also use them in our Avengers, but you could take them out and fire them off the shoulder. We use those, but supposedly they didn't have the battery packs for them. They take a battery pack. Supposedly they didn't have them for them, but we were suspicious. Like, okay, maybe that's what hit the. I don't know. We didn't want to say that. So we had that in the back of our minds too. Now we board the Chinook. It does not do a regular takeoff. How do we know that? We're the air defense guys. I have an aviation background. Instead of doing a level takeoff, it stands up and takes off. It's an aggressive takeoff for a helicopter, especially a Chinook. The door gunner starts letting off almost immediately. We know we're in trouble. I can see his tracer rounds going off. I'm like, bro, I'd lean over and tell Hawks, listen, if we go down and we somehow survive this crash, the first thing we do is find whatever weapons we can. Then we help whoever we can. You get that? He's like, I'm on the same page. Hawks was cool. He was a white dude from North Carolina. He was country as hell, but he was cool. He was so country. For anybody who had parents or grandparents or great-grandparents who watched the Andy Griffith Show, he was from the town that they shot the Andy Griffith Show in. That's how country he was. But he was cool though. I had been with him all the way through basic and AIT and everything. He was really cool. But he was like, yeah, I'm on you. I'm with you on that because they not taking my head off on TV, right? So meanwhile, we get up out of there. That Chinook got us up out of there. We get up to Telefar. Man, our first sergeant was standing out there, and he was like, bro, we got off that Chinook, grabbed our bags. He was like, we thought you guys were dead. He was like, soon as y'all can, y'all need to call home. So we're like, huh? And he was like, yeah, the calls already went out. They had already called home and told them we was in the accident. We was gone. Like, they had already called my mom, seriously, and called his parents. And said that we was gone. Now, we could not call out that night because they did a blanket-wide blackout over the whole entire country. No communications in, no communications out. Think about it. If they could do that in 2003, yes, they could do that in 2003. Think about it. If they could do that in 2003, think about what they can do now. They cut off all communications from in and out of Iraq that night. Because they wanted to come up with an official story of how them helicopters went down. You feel me? So I had to wait till the next day to call home to explain that I'm okay. Crazy, right? That was my first night in Iraq. And I hadn't even been issued a weapon yet. Hadn't even been issued a weapon yet, man. Wild. Just wild. Yeah. Yeah, and the crazy thing is my unit was already there. I was only in Iraq for about 4 months. 4 months. So in a way, I kind of got lucky because I wasn't there the full year. I didn't see as much as my friends did and my fellow soldiers did that did the full tour year and some that went back. You know what I'm saying? But I do remember my first day there. There was a guy, one of my platoon mates. I didn't know he was my platoon mate. He was coming back from mid-tour leave in a convoy that got hit with an IED. And I actually seen him when I was getting checked out in the hospital because like they were checking us as we were coming in from when we were in Mosul, I think. They were checking us and he was in there. He had got shrapnel in his knee and it had scared him so bad his hair turned white. Yeah, I guess he had darker hair before. So when I had got up there and when I had got up to Telefar, I was with I wasn't with my platoon yet. I was with the company. I can't remember what it was called. But I was with my sergeant major. I was going to like first platoon though. First platoon was actually up in the mountains. And they had to come, I had to wait for them to come actually get me. So I'm talking to some guys down there and they're like, yeah, one of the dudes from first platoon, he was on his way back. We heard he got hit with an IED, but he's alive. And I'm like, oh yeah, I was just down there in Mosul and dude got hit with an IED, had shrapnel in his knee. And they're like, oh yeah, what he looked like? I was like, yeah, I don't know his name, but he had like ghost white hair. And they were like, oh no, that ain't him. Turns out it was him. Like when he got healthy and came back, it was him. His hair, he got so scared because of the blast, his hair turned ghost white. Yeah, it was crazy. He was like 20, 24, 23 or 24, hair ghost white after that, bro. Crazy. But anyways, you guys, yeah, that's my video for today. We're going to start getting back on the content. We're going to start talking about this whole Hernandez Govan thing. I think that was egregious. That not guilty plea or that not guilty verdict was egregious in my book. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the whole Tory Lanez thing. So make sure y'all keep it up with the channel, bro. We're going to get right back on it. It's your boy King Charm. I'm up out. Peace.